Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to Chandbagh School, Physics Department, Grade 7, Lesson number 3. Dear students, today we are going to start the human organ system. In human organ systems, we have a whole human organs in this, you see, diagram. So, in this lesson, what we are going to understand, number one, definition of human organ, main human organs, definition of human organ system, and types of human organ system, and work of human organ systems. Uh, to define the organs and organ systems, we must understand what are tissues. Tissues are a group of cells that have similar structure and act together to perform a specific functions. So there are 4 different types of tissues in animals: connective tissues, muscles, nervous tissues, and epithelial tissues. So what is organ? An organ is a self-contained group of tissues. I mean to say that when different types of tissues, rather a group of tissues, combine together and perform a specific function, they form an organ. So an organ is a self-contained group of tissues that perform a specific function in the body. For example, heart. So heart is an organ which is pumping the blood into the body and receiving blood from the body. So the main, you see, organs in the animal or human systems are the heart, liver, and stomach. These are the 3 examples of organs in the human body. Now, the definition of organ system. A group of organs, as we said, the group of tissues combine to form organs, and group of organs which work together to perform specific task is called organ system. In the diagram, you can see this is a very good example of digestive system. This is an organ system, because in this organ system there are many number of organs which are performing the task. So there are different types of organ systems. Number 1, digestive system. You can see in the example, nervous system, circulatory system, respiratory system, and yes, respiratory system. The only 3 these organ systems we will discuss. Now, digestive system. Today we will discuss only one organ system, which is digestive system. In this you can see the figure, and from the word digestive you can analyze or understand that what is its function. So the function of the digestive system is to digest food, what we eat or drink. So whatever we are taking into our mouth, that food goes down to the digestive system and it is digested in this digestive system. So basically the digestive system consists of a long tube, you see, from one end, from mouth to end of the rectum. So from mouth to the rectum, it's a long tube, and the food can take 1 to 3 days to travel from this end, from one end, that is mouth, to the rectum, to the another end of the digestive tube. So you can say that the tube starts from the mouth to the rectum. Now, what is basically the function of this system? With this is what we have said already, that it digests food. So when the food go into the digestive system, it breaks down the food into small tiny particles so that food can be digested. So breaking down of the food into small tiny particles in this digestive tube is called digestion. Tiny particles of the food pass through the walls. These are so tiny that they can pass through the walls of the tube and enter into the blood, which is blood vessels. So blood carry this small particles of the food to all parts of the body so that the energy can be given to the different parts of the body. Okay, so when we talk about the parts of digestive system or the organs of the digestive system, so we say the mouth, starting from the mouth, the liver, the stomach, yes, the pancreas, and small intestine and large intestine and rectum. So dear students, the digestive system starts from the mouth and the food going down into the stomach, and from the stomach going into the small intestine and then into the large intestine and traveling through and reaching to the last part of the tube, that is rectum or anus, and the wastage of the food comes out from the anus. Okay, so you can see it's a long tube and the part of the tube is called esophagus, and there is another digestive part which is gallbladder. So these are the extra names which we may discuss in the oncoming classes, but at the moment we will focus on these parts, that is mouth, liver, stomach, pancreas, small intestine, large intestine, and rectum. Okay. So the organ which pass food through, there are two types of organs uh, in this digestive system. In one type, the food only pass through and digest, and there are some other parts of the, you see, digestive system which through which food does not pass, but they help to digest the food. So we will first say the organs which pass food through on food through. So the organs through which food pass through are mouth, stomach, small intestine, and large intestine. And the other parts which only helps, the food does not pass through them, they are liver and pancreas. So dear students, today we have discussed the human organ system, in which we have discussed the you see the definition of organ and organ system, then human organ systems, digestive system we have discussed in detail. So in the next lesson we will discuss respiratory system in detail, and thank you very much. This is the figure of the respiratory system which we will discuss in lesson number 4.